I'm back with the next part of our Army of the Dead series, and today the plan is fairly simple. We need to conquer the remaining northern provinces. We have managed to dismantle majority of the northern armies. We have taken Winterfell from the Starks. We've executed half the Starks as well. The Vale is currently launching counterattacks to try and reclaim the territory, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that. Today's focus is eliminating the remainder of the northern houses. We have the Dreadfort in the north belonging to the Boltons, we have Karhold belonging to the Karstarks, and we have White Harbour belonging to the Manderleys. These are the three last remaining northern strongholds, and we have to eliminate them. The rest of the clans are all fairly small, or they don't really own any territory. We do have Widow's Watch on the coast here, but it's actually owned by Stannis because an army must have sailed up and conquered it at some point, similar to what happened with the Wall. But because it's only a small castle and it's on the edge, I'm hoping maybe the others will take it for us, but we are going to focus on the three main settlements. As for this section on the left, we're not too concerned about it right now. It's a war zone, everything's going on over there, there's armies, there's undead, everyone's just killing each other and retaking settlements. So we're just going to ignore it for now, conquer the other territories, and once we've dismantled all of the north, we can then focus on pushing the Vale out and we can make our way south. The main concern will be if they launch an attack on Winterfell. That's the one thing we don't want to lose. If I lose any of the other castles or settlements, that's fine, I'll take them back at some point, but Winterfell cannot fall back into the hands of the living. But I guess there's nothing else to say other than to march on Dreadfort. Ramsay Snow is right next to us with an army, but we're not going to be able to catch him. So we're going to have to leave him be, and instead I shall take his homeland. Hang on a minute, is Ramsay Snow about to siege Winterfell? Never mind, he backed off at the last second. We have just marched all this way. Dreadfort is literally around the corner. We only had to cross the bridge and there it is. And we just received word that the North have launched an attack on Winterfell. Now we're going to have to march all the way back. I could proceed with the attack on Dreadfort, but to be honest with you, as I said, I don't want to lose Winterfell, so we are going to have to head back, secure the territory, and march on the Dreadfort once more. Maybe we should leave a bigger garrison inside Winterfell. I don't know what the max capacity is for the garrison. I left behind our standard 300 soldiers, but if we leave maybe 500 or 600 if we can at least, that might prevent other armies from launching an attack. But the 300 garrison should survive long enough for us to get there and put a stop to the Northern Army. I don't think we'll lose the settlement this quick. And Winterfell is in the distance. What kind of army are we dealing with? It's only an army of 500. The garrison has not been attacked yet. Well, this is a waste of my time. I have marched all this way for that. If you're going to assemble an army, make sure it's worthy of my time, damn it. Alright, we are going to execute this northern army. We are going to execute the 5 enemy leaders, and then we'll put a bigger garrison inside Winterfell, and then we'll finally march on the Dreadfort. There shall be no rest for the enemy. We will not allow them to prepare their defences. One set of cavalry is scaling the mountain. I don't know why. I don't know how effective they're going to be. But me and the other cavalry are going to charge the army on the right and attempt to eliminate them early in the battle. The quicker we can eliminate the enemy cavalry, the better the advantage we have. Although I forget how much quicker my mount is compared to theirs. The army is nowhere to be seen. I'm sure the cavalry will arrive at some point. We just have to hold out long enough. I have eliminated one man so far. There is it. Oh, make that 2. And the cavalry has arrived. Reinforcements are here, men. Eliminate the enemy cavalry. I just realized I'm using my two-handed sword as a one-handed weapon. That's not going to level up my skill. The enemy cavalry is retreating up the hill, so we have to pursue them. We can't allow them to escape. And another one has fallen. I don't know why the enemy have made me go all the way up this hill. Alright, cavalry, you may as well charge, men. As for me, I am about to cannonball on top of the infantry. Okay, never mind, we've fallen off the cliff. This didn't quite go to plan. Although, surprisingly, the Zorse came out of that pretty much unharmed. I thought I was about to end up with a mount with like 4 broken legs, but actually, we're alright. As for the enemy archers, they've kind of put themselves in the open, and we're just going to eliminate them. I don't know what their plan was. The infantry have kind of just sacrificed them by forming a shield wall on the hill. But I am now going to step off the Zorse, and I shall help the infantry on the battlefield. We need to level up the two-handed. I think I just saw in the bottom left that our two-handed skill is now round about 150. We still need to get to 200 in order to use ice. But we're actually making really good progress. I thought we were going to be grinding forever. I don't know what the enemy's strategy in this battle is, if I'm completely honest with you. I know they say the high ground gives you an advantage, but I think this is taking the high ground to the extreme. Why do we need to go to this high? What is going on? Just stand and fight. But I think it's safe to say we have eliminated the northern forces. Never mind, the enemy reinforcements have arrived. We're now going to have to run back down the hill in order to attack them. Well, I say run down the hill. We're kind of just like bunny hopping our way down. We'll get there eventually, I suppose. Once again, the enemy archers have charged to their death, while the infantry runs away. What are the battle plans, my friend? Where do you think you're going? Where on this battlefield do you think is safe from the undead? I can answer that for you, my friends. Nowhere. Nowhere is safe. You can run, but you are just delaying the inevitable. The undead shall eliminate the living. I don't think there's any more enemy reinforcements to arrive. I'm pretty sure this is the last of them. We have executed all of the enemy leaders, which means we have some fresh Whitewalker generals in the army, and we have also bulked up the garrison of Winterfell. If we take a look now, there are nearly 600 defenders in terms of garrison, plus the 100 militia, so hopefully there won't be any more attacks from at least small armies or anything. The North will actually have to assemble an army of a decent size if they're going to attempt to retake it. So if Winterfell is under siege once more, we know that we 100% have to come back, because if Winterfell is under siege, that's a sign that the army is pretty big. But we are going to attempt to march on Dreadfort once again. Can we actually pull off the attack? Can we eliminate the Bolton stronghold? I don't know anymore. It won't surprise me if a Vale army or something, or even the Greyjoys just show up out of nowhere. Considering we're at war with the world right now, and the fact that we've come quite far south from where we started, Okay, for a moment I thought Winterfell was under attack. I was going to say, are you kidding me? We just marched away. But instead, it's actually one of the castles along the wall. It's being sieged by the Karstarks. We at some point are going to take the Karstark stronghold. So they are on the list to be eliminated right now. We just have to wait until we get round to doing that. And the Undead has arrived at Dreadfort. I knew it was going to be one of the last strongest remaining northern strongholds, considering it's the Boltons and they're probably second to the Starks. But I wasn't expecting a garrison of over 1,000 troops. I think we got unlucky with the amount of enemy leaders that are currently hiding inside. There's 5 leaders plus the militia and garrison. The garrison only has 1 day's worth of food, so we can starve them out. Plus how long it'll take us to build some siege equipment, I think it won't be too bad overall. We're probably looking at a siege of about 700-800 soldiers. Although that's the kind of numbers we faced at Winterfell. I think Winterfell had about 700 to 750, it was something like that. And well, if you saw the last video, you know exactly how that battle went. It was long, it was brutal, many fell in the battle, but we did obviously come out the winner. The time has come where the Undead shall launch their attack on Dreadfort. We have starved out the garrison. There are 750 defenders. We have trebuchets at the ready. We have a ram. We have a tower. It is time to march. Looking at the castle already, I can instantly tell it's going to be a difficult one to take. I don't actually know how much of the castle is just scenery and how much is actually functional. For example, that tower all the way up there, it's pretty obvious that it's just scenery. We're not going to see archers all of a sudden like poke their heads out. Whereas for this bit on the left, it actually looks like there could be soldiers up there. There's a wooden barricade, so it wouldn't surprise me if the enemy can go that far into the castle. But we're just going to have to wait and see. The men are getting into position. I think all of the archers are pretty much my Whitewalker generals or Undead Whites. Like the female generals. I don't think I have any actual archers in the army anymore, just like the base tier 5 troop. After we used them that one time and they were pretty useless, I decided never to use them again. But there's not really much for us to do right now. We need to wait for the equipment to arrive. I only built 1 tower, so I suppose we could lift the ladders right now and launch our attack early on the right side. I don't know if it'll pay off or not, or if I'm just sending men to their death. We'll have to find out. It wouldn't be the first time I've sent the Undead to their death. To be honest with you, I don't even think I'm making it up the ladder. Someone's throwing javelins at me. Hold on a minute, my friend. Oh, that archer's really making sure he gets the angle on us, hey? One little slip and he's gonna fall to his death. But we are somehow gonna have to cut our way through the enemy. I don't know how we're gonna pull it off. But we're just gonna have to try our best, I guess. But we are inside the castle. The Dreadfort shall fall today, men. Do not fear. Attack. The enemy are up to something, but I just don't know what. Why would they abandon the ladders like this? It's got to be some kind of play that I'm not too sure about. Stay alert, men. Stay on guard. You don't know what the enemy are up to. It might be a trap. Now, who am I kidding? I say it might be a trap. We know it's guaranteed to be a trap. Although that being said, since the enemy have returned, my frame rate has decided to go. I'm just going to hide inside the tower for a moment. The frame rate seems to have come back. I'm going to kill the archer that is hanging halfway out the window. Well, I'm going to try to anyway. My friend, he is invincible. How am I supposed to defeat... Oh, there we go. Maybe he wasn't quite as invincible as I thought. The kill feed is completely red right now, which means the Boltons are absolutely slaughtering my soldiers. I want to try and clear out some of the archers. As soon as we eliminate... Oh, never mind. Okay, maybe I'll just be better off destroying the infantry. Although that being said, I can't see a thing. And the position that we're stuck at right now isn't really ideal. The soldiers are climbing the tower on the left, but it doesn't look like they're making progress either. I don't think we're in a great position right now. Maybe there's something at the top of this tower we can utilize. Is there anything we can use to our advantage? Nope. But there are a load of archers just chilling up here. So we will eliminate those. Once we eliminate these archers, we're gonna have to take a look at the chaos. How bad is it, men? The ladders, we're having no luck whatsoever. Look how many enemy soldiers are on our side of the wall. Why are they all queuing up to defeat us? If we take a look to the tower is clear. The men have won. They are running along the walls, eliminating the archers. As for the front gate, I'm not entirely sure right now. It looks like we're still queued up, so I don't think we've quite made it inside the front gate yet. The ram is probably smashing it down as we speak. But why are there so many enemies queued up to fight us at the ladders? We may have to just wait until the men who climbed the siege tower wrap round the back and reinforce us. Because we're not going to be able to cut our way through an army like that. If I'm lucky, there might be a back way out of this tower so we can sneak behind the enemy. Because otherwise, I don't see us winning this battle. We must attempt to wrap round the back. Okay, never mind. The first thing I encounter is a locked door. There goes the idea of wrapping around the back. The only way we can get behind the enemy are those stairs there, but those stairs are on the other side of the tower, where there is currently a giant line of soldiers waiting for me. I have no choice but to just try and chop my way through the enemy. One man at a time, I guess. Of all the soldiers I had to come across first, there had to be a Bolton soldier with their indestructible shields. The size of them as well aren't the best. They're an absolute nightmare to fight against. But we are slowly chiseling our way through the enemy. 2 soldiers dare enter the tower to face me in combat. There are enemy archers arriving. We're not going to allow them to get up the stairs and start firing at the soldiers. As far as the enemy is concerned, this is my tower, and we're not going to give it back to them. But honestly, I don't know what we can do right now. I'm trying my best, but it feels like I'm getting nowhere. If the soldiers didn't win at the tower or the front gate, then it's pretty much over for us. We are not going to win this battle. This Bolton soldier is proving to be an absolute menace right now. Die, my friend. How many times have we hit the guy? There we go. And now we can continue chiseling away at those defending the ladder. I don't know where the enemy are coming from. Every so often just one man shows up behind me. I need to cut down anyone who just stops looking my way. That's probably my best bet. Just put a two-handed sword in their back. Where are the soldiers? Where are the damn reinforcements, men? Where are my undead troops? Dreadfort should have been ours by now. Forwards, damn it! Forwards! Cut down everyone! He who breathes must be eliminated! There shall be no rest. We shall not stop until every man is dead. We might have managed to secure one of the ladders, which means the soldiers can start making progress. I've pushed back the enemy far enough that we can get some reinforcements inside. It's not the best right now, but it's something. We have soldiers to help us push back the enemy. And there are enemy reinforcements. How has it come to this? Hang on a minute, the enemy have climbed down the siege tower and they're rallying behind my soldiers? How has it got to the point where the enemy are scaling the ladders? The enemy are coming behind us on the wall. They're everywhere. The Boltons. They cannot be stopped. What have happened to my forces? Men, where are you? Are we gonna have to sound the retreat? I think we have been outmatched this battle. I don't know how it has come to this, but the enemy have rallied in every direction. I need to investigate the damage. Something has gone wrong here and I don't know how it's come to this. Where are my soldiers? Where? Alright men, I am sounding the retreat. We have to fall back and regroup. So many of the soldiers had fallen. We attacked with an army of double this size, and now we are down to less than 600. The enemy are down to less than 500, so we lost about 600 soldiers, and we only eliminated just under 300 of theirs. And it is now time to launch the second attack. The undead have regrouped. We have ranked up some of our soldiers, so they are now stronger than ever. Some of us have recovered, so there's now nearly 700 of us. Some of the enemy have also recovered. There's now 565 of them, but we have torn down their walls and we shall charge once more. I shall throw every undead soldier I have at the Dreadfort. It shall not stand any longer. Forwards, my undead soldiers. Forwards! Eliminate the living! We are back with a vengeance. It took us too long to get inside the castle last time, and the archers managed to hold us back for quite a while. But this time, we have smashed down the walls. There is nowhere for the enemy to hide. We're just gonna run in and eliminate them. The enemy shall not have time to form their defenses. It shall be a straight fight to the death. Who will come out the victor? The undead or the North? Right now the kill feed is pretty much like 90% red. So the answer to that question so far is the North. I'm trying to make a gap for my soldiers to get inside. The moment we're inside, it's pretty much over for the North. There shall be nowhere to hide, there'll be nowhere for them to go, and we can begin eliminating them. But if the soldiers never make it inside, well, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? As for myself, I'm currently getting gang attacked, so I can't chisel my way through the enemy defenders. I can try and ignore the enemy, but it's proven to be ineffective. The enemy soldiers have managed to pin me out of the way. I can't even assist the men right now. I need soldiers, damn it. I need the undead to assist me. Quickly, men. Forwards. Push back the enemy. This battle is just all a blur. I'm swinging, but I don't know what's going on. It's just chaos. Absolute chaos. I think at this stage the Boltons have put up a better fight than the Starks ever did. They truly are a foe not to be messed with. I'm hoping the Manderleys and the Karstarks won't put up as much of a fight anywhere near as much as the Boltons have. Otherwise, we are in for quite the battle. Eliminating the last of the northern houses is not going to be an easy feat. There are enemy archers above our head. I shall eliminate them. We shall clear the way for the soldiers. Okay, I might have underestimated how many there were. How many of you were just hiding away in that little tower? I've managed to eliminate all of the archers for now, and the undead has made it inside on the left. As for the right side, I believe they're still struggling. We need to rotate the soldiers over and assist them with getting inside the castle. If we are to conquer the Dreadfort, we have to make our move now. There's a big old pile of rocks right in front of me. I don't know how effective they're going to be though. Where are the enemy in order for me to use them? Okay, there's a lot of archers around the corner. I just caught a glimpse of them all. Where have they all come from? How many of you are there? When will it end? The living is worse than the undead. They're just an endless horde. These are just the archers as well. So I don't know how many more infantry there are remaining, or if we have eliminated all of those. I have no idea. Just keep pushing forwards, men. Keep pushing forwards. The living must die. And I believe we have done it. The Dreadfort belongs to the undead. It wasn't easy. It was brutal. Many soldiers have fallen. But the Boltons are no more. Well, all I can say after that long and tiring battle is thank God we're the Undead Horde. We finished that battle with only 350 soldiers that were ready for another fight. 600 are wounded and need to recover, and the rest had fallen in battle. But thanks to being the Undead, we are now back up to over 1,000 soldiers. We gained about 600 from that fight, but we are going to have to leave some behind as a garrison to protect the Dreadfort. I mean, after all that fighting, the last thing I want to do right now is risk losing the settlement, so we shall head to the keep, manage the garrison, and leave behind some soldiers. Another thing we managed to accomplish after that battle was getting our two-handed skill up to level 200, so if we head to the inventory, we should now be able to wield ice. Comparing ice to the two-handed sword that we were using, ice is slower to swing, but it does almost double the damage, and it is about 1.5 times longer. Which means we can hit enemies from further away and we should do devastating amounts of damage. But just a quick rundown of what happened while we were launching our attack on the Dreadfort. Widow's Watch has now been taken by the others, and Shadow Tower, which was under attack, is no longer under siege. So I don't know what happened, I don't know if the enemy gave up or if someone came to its aid, but currently all of the northern provinces, other than the little area that's an absolute war zone, is safe for now. Although if we take a look here, the others have managed to retake Barrowton. As for the other settlements, I'm not too sure what's going on. I assume the others are trying to take this castle while the living are taking the other one, and they're just going back and forth with each other. But since the majority of our territory is safe right now, the undead must march once more. We must now bring an end to the Karstarks. You've got to be kidding me, look at the size of the garrison inside this settlement. Majority of my soldiers have yet to recover, I haven't even recovered yet. Why was Winterfell considered the capital? All the others are proven to be much stronger. Even if we take out the 2 lords that are here, the garrison is still greater than it was at Dreadfort. Thankfully though, they only have 2 days worth of food, which means we can starve out the garrison, and this time round, we can take 640 soldiers from their total. So once we starve the garrison, it should actually be easier than Dreadfort. That's the hope anyway. And the garrison has starved. Out of that massive garrison that we saw in the beginning, there are only 520 soldiers remaining. So it should be easier than the Dreadfort. Although that being said, I have less than 800 soldiers, so we are not as strong as we were when we launched our attack on the Dreadfort. But we have our siege equipment ready, we have destroyed the enemy's defences, we haven't destroyed the walls yet. If it goes really badly like it did, we may have to sound retreat and smash down the walls. But first, we shall launch our attack and see if we can eliminate them early. I shall not wait for the siege equipment to arrive. We are going to use ice and we are going to scale the ladders. The enemy are already waiting for me. They're gonna try and throw down my ladder, but if I climb far enough, they won't be able to stop me. It is too late, my friend. Or maybe not. Oh, actually, the weight of the sword has kept me on the ladder. Did I just execute that man in one? Hang on a minute. This is truly devastating damage. If this is the kind of damage we're going to be dealing going forward, we will be unstoppable. some of the enemies I am eliminating in a single hit. It is over for them. They shall know. Oh, that's one way to put a stop to me, I guess. Push me off the wall, damn it. I was just about to say, we are now the true king in the north. We have the crown, we have the weapon. But I was sadly interrupted, I see. We shall attempt to climb the ladders once more, but the undead soldiers are already inside. There are a lot of archers waiting for us, though. So we do need to make our way through the enemy and begin cutting them down. The sword is slower to swing, I can feel it. But that being said, I mean, with the damage that we're dealing and the fact that our 200 skill is so high that the speed isn't actually that bad. And it's only going to get higher. So the more we level up, the more efficient we'll become with the weapon. I think this weapon may have sealed our fate. We are now truly unstoppable. The enemy can try and delay our attacks for as long as possible, for I will cut through their shields if I have to. No one shall be living once I am done. There are a lot of Dragonstone troops inside this settlement. I don't know why, considering it's a northern stronghold. Where have you all come from then? Well, I say where have you all come from. I assume the answer to that question is Dragonstone. But why? That might be the better question to ask. Is that person fairly short, or do I have an undead child fighting on my army? What is going on here? I think ice is bigger than this person. It's one of my Whitewalker generals, I think. Were we that desperate for soldiers that we started recruiting undead kids? That's how rough of a spot we found ourselves in after the Battle of Dreadfort. Well, we shall slice our way through all the archers. None shall remain. I need a mod where I can slice through multiple enemies. I feel like a weapon of this caliber would be effective at doing that. A single swipe and I take like 5 heads off at once. Enemy reinforcements are on the way, but I fear they're too late. The wall has fallen, men. Give up. Surrender. Join the undead. I'm not too sure where the enemy are trying to get to right now. They're trying to push through us, but why? Okay, hang on a minute. The enemy are multiplying again. Where are you getting these? Oh god, they're gonna push me off the wall. Okay, bear with me. 1, I need to get back inside the castle to safety. And 2, where are you all coming from? At one point, I'm pretty sure we eliminated every man on this wall. And now you're telling me there's a few hundred of you in reserve? We're just gonna have to keep pushing forwards. Surely the battle is over now. You can't fight any longer. Give up, damn it. Just give up. I'm still trying to cut my way through all the archers. I think we're heading over to where the siege tower landed. It made contact with the wall somewhere over here, so I don't know if the men were defeated or if they're just having a hard time. And while judging on the amount of enemy soldiers in the background that I can see, I assume the men were having a hard time. Well then, we're gonna have to cut our way through all the enemy and put a stop to that. Okay, maybe the men aren't having a hard time, they just didn't want to fight. What are you doing, soldiers? Get into the battle! Everyone! Charge! Okay, they've run away. That was not the order I gave, men. Where do you think you're going? It's hard to get good undead soldiers these days. Especially when there's a single brain cell between them all that they share. You gotta be kidding me. Not one of you lowered the damn ramp. And now it's just you. I can't believe it. I have just spent all that time. Look at me. I am absolutely covered in arrows and blood. We have managed to slay over 100 enemies, and those who pushed the siege tower didn't even launch their attack. They weren't defeated, they weren't held back, they didn't even begin. Who was in command of the attack? I need to know. They will be executed on sight. Unless it's me, of course. If it's my responsibility, then, whoops. There's not much else to say in that scenario. But you got to be kidding me, man. They never launched the attack. And the Karstarks are no more. We have eliminated their clan, we have conquered their homeland, and all that remains now is the Manderleys. I have marked down all of the remaining northern territory. Currently it is White Harbour, Greywater Watch, and then there's a few settlements in the south. The remaining settlements that you can see marked on the map have either been taken through conquest or a clan has swapped sides. So we're not going to run this far south just to eliminate the north. So what we're going to do next time is we're probably going to eliminate the Manderleys, since that's White Harbour. That's probably the last main stronghold of the north. And then we're going to have to head over here and clean up in this area. Goldgrass has actually been taken by the Iron Islands, I believe. If we take a little look. Yep, it's the Iron Islands. Although Mance Rayder is nearby with an army of over, well, just under 1,500. So maybe he will lay siege to them and retake the castle. As for the other one, I assume that's under siege by the others. Down here, Old Castle is under attack by the enemy. So what we'll probably do is we'll march south to Old Castle. If we make it in time, great. If we don't, we'll just take it. And then we'll head over to White Harbour. Once we eliminate White Harbour, we'll secure this area. And then we can focus on pushing south. But we are on the verge of finally eliminating the north. One thing I didn't realise though is Karstark actually belonged to Dragonstone, hence why there were so many Dragonstone troops. They must have swapped sides at some point, but if we take a look, that was actually the last settlement belonging to Stannis. So the Dragonstone kingdom is no more. Stannis Baratheon is just in a clan of his own, because if we go to Dragonstone, I don't think it even belongs to him anymore. I think it belongs to someone else right now. It belongs to the Stormlands, although Storm's End actually belongs to the Targaryens. So I don't know what's going on in the south down here. It's all sorts of chaos right now. But Stannis Baratheon's clan is no more. But that is all we're going to have time for now. So as always, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, see ya!